Hey Frank, what did you think of the shot quality for San Antonio and all the threes? Was it a mix of good shooting and lack of defense, or how did you see that?
Well, we helped their good shooting with bad defense in the first half. Played a really poor defensive first half. And then when we did make the right coverages, they hit tough shots. You give them credit. They played a terrific basketball game. They really shot the ball well, and they made us pay for any types of mistakes. LaMarcus Aldridge, in particular, had a spectacular game. We didn't handle him well enough at all. And as a result, we got outplayed and they got the W.
You mentioned before the game you thought it was going to be difficult to beat a team three times in this short of a time span. Was there a way that you tried to get over that mental part of things and try not to give them that advantage? I shouldn't call it advantage, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, we talked about it. We know it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to come off of a road trip, and the first game's always tough. But when you have a team that you just beat twice in their building, going to be motivated, and you know we just didn't play well enough to get over that hurdle. It happens, and again, credit to Spurs for playing a great game.
Dave?
Right, you guys set out early and then made that run, and it just seemed like you didn't have that extra shot to really go over the hump. Is it a tough thing to manage the energy? And I've asked about this before, but if you guys were making a run at your home building with fans in the stands, maybe you draw for that extra bit of whatever the juice that you get from the atmosphere. Do you have to go about it a different way?
I think the fans would have an impact in a situation like that, but it doesn't change anything that we're doing. From a coaching standpoint, from a players trying to execute standpoint, energy and adrenaline. I think it could impact, but it doesn't change anything we're doing. We know we have to do to execute at a high enough level to win the game, and we fell short tonight.
Huh?
Frank, you guys have been playing these tight games on the road, and then you've been able to kind of pull away in the fourth quarter. Do you feel like anything about that trend maybe came back to bite a little bit when you guys had a 2-point game in the fourth quarter?
Not really. We just didn't make enough plays. I thought we made the right adjustments with the lineup in terms of trying to go small. Longer than we did in the first half, which we were having trouble with their spread five attack with an all-star at the center position, and we made the right adjustments. We just fell short. We couldn't score the ball at a high enough level in that fourth quarter when we were getting stops during that run, and ultimately weren't able to prevail.
Yeah.
Frank, you guys got pretty good minutes, I thought, from Taylor. Was that kind of what you envisioned that he could do in a game like this when energy's a little low, especially offensively, that he could change it with sort of his penetration and playmaking?
Absolutely. He was terrific in particular in that first half. Really getting into the paint. I think it was in that second quarter. Had a few possessions in a row where he got to the rim, made solid plays, and that's what he's capable of. And when you ask him to play off the ball, he's a great secondary scorer as well. So he definitely gave us a good lift tonight.
Last question, Michael Duarte.
Like you mentioned how spectacular LaMarcus Aldridge was. He wasn't in those two games in San Antonio. Just how different and difficult of the task does that make that San Antonio Spurs offense when he's healthy and playing the way he is?
Yeah, they're a different team. There's no doubt about that. He's one of the best especially when they play him full time at the five. Makes their offense and their ball movement and penetration really, really difficult to guard. He was terrific tonight, and they're definitely a different team with him in there. So, we can play better than we did against it, but we haven't seen a player of that caliber as a spread five yet this season. So, without practice time and all those types of things, we just weren't good enough with our coverages with what we had to do to slow him down.